So you've got some vector lines and you want to make a polygon from it. Let's explore together in ArcMap how we would go about doing that. So I've got a 2012 vector line of the River Colne waterline, and let's just select this to show that it's made up of different lines, and we want it to be a polygon shapefile so that we can then convert that to a raster, or we can do area analysis, that sort of thing. So how do we go about doing that? Well, the most straightforward is probably just to create a new shapefile and digitize that line. I'll show you how to do that. It's not the most satisfying way of doing it, because if you've got a massive vector line, then you'll have a lot of tracing to do. But it's a way of doing it. I'll talk you through a few different approaches, and we'll see how we get on. So go to our catalog. I'm just going to use the window here because it's really easy to use. So in my local data DTM, I'm right clicking. I'm going to go new shapefile. I'm just going to stick it straight on top of there. You might want to put it in a subdirectory. I'm going to call this, I'm going to digitize the 2012 one, so I'm going to go 2012 British National Grid Polygon. I'm just going to use PG. The important thing is to select Polygon. Unknown coordinate system, let's change that. I've got British National Grid in my favourites. If it's not, then you're going to have to search it under projected coordinate systems. And we'll go OK. So now we can add that to refresh if it's not there, but I can see it's there already. So we're going to add that to our map. 2012. Oh, it added it automatically. There we go. So we need one copy. You can see there's nothing on it because we've not done any digitizing yet. So we can go editor, start editing. Let's start editing that new British National Grid. Now we can go here to create features, select British National Grid, move me out of the way, I'll stick me over here, and we'll go Polygon, because that's what you're after. So, I wonder if I actually use freehand. That might be the way to do it, because if we go here, start along here, okay, no, that's not, freehand just follows the mouse, that's no good at all. We'll delete that. There is a way, I think, of tracing existing things. See, it's like it's grabbing that line, which is great. So if I click here, it grabs that line as I'm moving the mouse. Every now and again, you just got to just click the mouse, but it's not like we're digitizing it freehand. It's following that line for us. So it's doing a lovely job of just tracing that existing polygon. And when it gets to the edge of the screen, I just hold down the mouse wheel and I drag the map over, and I can carry on going. Okay, so if you do that for each of your vector lines that you want to digitize, you get to the end, you cross the river, and then you come back in the same way to close off the polygon. So I'll just get back to Gibraltar Bridge and then show you how to close off the polygon. You might, yeah, it's pretty decent actually at following this line. Just every major break like that, you see there, I had to just click just to make sure that we're still on track. Yeah, it's good to do at each major break. So then to close off the polygon, all you need to do is just double click at the end. So I'm going to get to here, double click. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to save edits. So that's one way of doing it. Let's turn that layer off. There you go. You can see the polygon layer there. Obviously, I've just done it for this stretch. You'll have to do it for all the way along. So that's one option of doing it. But did I save those edits? Save edits. Stop editing. Done. Okay. Now we've got a. We can measure the measure an area of that polygon, for example. Okay. Right. So great. We've done the first way. Let's come up with a better way, because a better way, a different way. What we can use is Arc Toolbox to do this for us. So if we open up Arc Toolbox here, you see there's so many different tools. We might not know which one to use. So actually you can use the search one there, and I've already got here to Polygon. Search there, it goes featured to Polygon. Yeah, well that's exactly what I want to do. There's a help page here. If that's not shown, you can go show help, and it goes line input, and the output is Polygon. Well, that's exactly what we want. So we'll input this VML. We can drag that in there, or we could have selected it from the drop down. We'll specify a directory. It always wants to put in a geodatabase. I would recommend maybe just holding off putting it in a database for now. I'm going to just stick it straight into the local data, but you'll put it in your working directory, because I'm just going to do a demo, so I'll be deleting this anyway. And we'll press OK and see what happens. It's doing something down here. This is the sort of, it's running through it. We'll get a message pop up in a minute telling us how that's gone. It's taking its time, so we'll see. It's thinking about it. Polygon to feature. No, feature to Polygon. That's what we wanted to do. Here we go. It's done it. Okay. So you can see that it's created a polygon, and it's created a polygon of the island in this section of the Braid River. Now, why has it done that? Let's investigate. Because what we wanted to do was a polygon for the entire reach, right? So let's turn that off and just have a look at. Okay, that there is one whole line, whereas if we look back at our river section, it's broken up into different sections. We talked about this in Practical 1. So maybe that's the first thing we need to do, is merge them together. So we can do that very easily. Edit, start editing, the 2012 waterline, select everything, editor, merge. Doesn't matter which one we select here, all of them will be merged to one individual point. So now if we go save edits, we select the river and it selects everything. Okay, that might be the solution to why it didn't create a polygon of our river. The other reason why it might not have done it is because those lines might not be closed. So let's just check here. We've got a closed line here. So here it didn't create a polygon because that's not closed. So maybe we should actually close that off first. Close that polygon there. And let's just check elsewhere. So okay, let's close that off there as well. You can see that's not closed. So it's not going to join up as a polygon if it's not a polygon shape. Okay, so I've not done a very good job there. I'll delete that line and do it again. Make sure that goes right up to the line. Oh, I've not done it very well again. Even better just to cross it. Then there's no way it's not going to join up. So I guess it depends on how the Ordnance Survey have put this on and how we downloaded it from Digimap. I'm hoping it's all connected, so we won't have any breaks actually in the river channel itself. We can just inspect that, but obviously we're not in a very zoomed in part of the map, but we can see it's pretty, looks close to me. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So let's save those edits, and we're going to go ahead and, because we added in those different sections, we're going to go ahead and merge them again. Editor, merge, OK, editor, save edits. Okay, so let's try and create that polygon again. I'll show you a nice shortcut here. Window is what am I looking for? Results. So you can see our results. Feature to polygon. We can just hit that. This is the last thing that we did, and we can repeat it. And we just go demo 2. So it's just doing the same thing again as we did earlier. Let's try it again. see what happens. It says that completed. Oh, got an email coming through. Let's get rid of that. That completed super quick. Let's have a look. It's done the same thing again. It's only done that section of the river, which means that our polygon, our feature line, does have breaks in it. So it's the way Ordnance Survey have put it together. They've not been so critical on stitching it all together, because they're just making the maps. They're not using it for flow network analysis, which is a bit of a shame. So you got two options now. You could continue to go through, check there are no breaks in the lines, and merge those up, or you could just go ahead and trace it like I showed you in the first example. You've got a couple of options there. Depends on how many breaks there are in your lines as to which one you prefer to use. But I think with the drawing tool, where it just grabs the line of the river, is pretty useful and pretty quick for your. I think you need to do that for 3 vector layers. Your one you downloaded from Digimap, and the 2 I provided in Practical 4. So you can go ahead and do that. I hope that's useful. I hope you can see how I go through my methods of trying to problem solve and working things through. So good luck, and continue to post on the forum if you have any problems.